At our wedding night, my husband said, "Wait here, I'll be right back." Then he drove away. I thought it was part of something, a surprise, a tradition, a joke I didn't understand yet. The train station was almost empty, just one flickering light above the ticket counter and a vending machine that hummed louder than the silence. My name is Naomi Carter. I'm 24, and that night, still wearing my wedding dress under a borrowed coat, I stood there for 40 minutes, waiting for my husband to come back. He didn't. At first, I called him. No answer. Then I called his mother. She picked up and laughed. "Did he leave you there already?" she said, like it was planned. "Oh, this is too good." I didn't understand. "What do you mean?" I asked. In the background, I heard his father's voice. "Told you she wouldn't figure it out," he said. "Give it an hour." They were betting. On me. On whether I could find my way home. I stood there, holding my phone, listening to strangers laugh about me like I wasn't even human. "Relax," my mother-in-law added. "If you're smart, you'll manage." The call ended. No instructions, no apology, just silence. I didn't cry. I didn't panic. I sat down on the cold bench, looked at the empty tracks, and made a decision I didn't fully understand yet. I wasn't going to find my way home, because that night, I stopped believing I had one there at all. I stayed there for another 20 minutes. Not because I thought he'd come back, because I needed to be sure he wouldn't. There's a difference. Hope keeps you standing. Reality makes you sit down. I sat on that metal bench, wedding dress folded under my coat, and replayed the last few hours. The ceremony had been perfect. Too perfect. His mother smiling too much. His father whispering jokes I didn't fully catch. Him, calm, controlled, watching me more than celebrating. I thought it was nerves. Now I knew it was something else. Performance. I checked my phone again. One message. From him. "You'll be fine. It's just a joke. Relax." That was it. No, I'm coming back. No, wait for me. Just dismissal. I stared at the screen for a long time. Then I turned it off. Because I understood something in that moment. If I stayed, if I kept calling, if I tried to prove I could handle it, I would spend the rest of my life earning basic respect from people who already decided I didn't deserve it. A train arrived at 11:48 p.m., not going home, anywhere but. I stood up, adjusted the coat, and walked toward the door. No dramatic exit, no message left behind, just a quiet decision. I bought a ticket with the little cash I had in my purse. One way. The woman behind the counter asked, "Are you sure?" I nodded. Not because I was confident, because I had nothing left to hesitate about. And as the train pulled in, I stepped forward, without looking back once. I didn't have a plan. That's the truth. No backup, no savings, no destination that made sense. Just distance. The train took me 3 hours out of the city. I chose the stop randomly. Just watched the names pass until one felt quiet enough. When I stepped off, it was past 3 a.m. Cold. Empty. No one waiting. Perfect. I found a small motel across the street from the station. Paid cash. Didn't give my real name. Not because I was hiding, because I wasn't ready to explain anything. I slept for maybe 2 hours. Then I woke up, and reality settled in. I had a dress I couldn't wear, a coat that wasn't mine, and a life that no longer existed. So I did the simplest thing I could. I started over. I found a job 2 days later. Nothing special, front desk at a local clinic, quiet place, no questions. I kept my head down, worked, saved, learned how to live without expecting anything from anyone. Weeks turned into months. Months into years. I changed cities once. Then again. Built something small, stable, mine. No drama, no chaos, no people who thought hurting me was entertainment. I never called him, never contacted his family, not once. Because the truth is, I didn't leave in anger. I left in clarity. They showed me exactly what my place was in their lives. So I removed myself from it. Completely. By the time 10 years passed, I wasn't the girl at the train station anymore. And by 20, even they wouldn't have recognized me. Until this morning. When my phone rang with a name I hadn't seen in 2 decades, I didn't answer right away. I just stared at the screen. His name looked smaller than I remembered. Almost
irrelevant. For 20 years, there had been nothing. No messages, no apologies, no attempts to fix what they did. Just silence. And now, suddenly, he was calling. I let it ring out. Then it rang again. Same number, same name, persistent. That was new. I picked up on the third call. Not because I wanted to talk, because I wanted to understand why now. Naomi, his voice was different, lower, slower, careful, like someone speaking into a situation they didn't control anymore. I didn't respond. Naomi, please don't hang up, he said quickly. I know this is unexpected. Unexpected. That word almost made me smile. You disappeared, he continued. No one could find you. I looked out the window, at the life I built without them. I didn't disappear, I said calmly. I left. A pause, long enough to feel real. We need to talk, he said. Not, I want to. Not, I'm sorry. Need. That word again. What do you need? I asked. Another pause. Then, quieter this time. My parents? They're not well. I waited, because I knew there was more. There's something we didn't tell you, he added. Of course there was. There's something we need from you now. There it was, not regret, not closure, a request. After 20 years, I didn't react, didn't ask questions. I just listened, because whatever this was, it wasn't about the past anymore. It was about what they had lost, and what they thought I still had. I'm not interested, I said, calm, direct, finished. Please, he replied quickly. Just hear me out. That word again. Please. He never used that before. Not with me. I gave you 20 years, I said. You didn't need me then. Silence. Heavy. Uneasy. Because he knew I was right. It's not like that, he said finally. Things are different now. Of course they were. They want to see you, he added. Just once. They. Not him. Not, I'm sorry. Just, they want something. What for? I asked. Another pause. Longer this time, because this was the part he didn't want to say out loud. They're sick, he said carefully. And there are complications. Complications. I'd heard that word before. Hospitals, bills, decisions. It always meant one thing. Money. How much? I asked. He exhaled sharply. This isn't about money. I didn't respond, because we both knew that wasn't true. They just want to fix things, he added quickly. Make things right. Now I did smile, not because it was funny, because it was predictable. They laughed at me, I said quietly. At a train station. On my wedding night. I know, he said. Too fast, too easy. I remember, I continued, because that's the last time I saw any of you. Silence again. Then, we didn't think you'd leave, and there it was. The truth. They thought I'd come back, that I'd accept it, that I'd stay. And now, 20 years later, they were calling because I didn't. I can send someone to bring you, he said. You don't have to. No, I cut in. If I come, I'll come on my own. A pause. Okay, he said. Careful again. Thank you. I didn't say thank you back. I ended the call. Not because I had decided to help, because I had decided to see. There's a difference. I didn't rush. I finished my morning like I always did. Coffee, emails, a quick review of the clinic schedule. Routine matters. It keeps emotions from making decisions for you. By noon, I had a ticket. Same route, different direction. 20 years ago, I left without looking back. This time, I went back without expectations. When I arrived, nothing had changed. Same station, same bench, same flickering light, just smaller. Or maybe I was different. A black car was waiting outside. Driver already knew my name. Of course he did. They had always known how to arrange things, control things. I let him open the door. Didn't thank him. Didn't ask questions. The house came into view 10 minutes later. Bigger than I remembered. Quieter, too. No music. No laughter. Just stillness. The kind that settles over places where something has already gone wrong. When I stepped inside, The first person I saw wasn't my husband, it was his mother. Weaker, smaller. Sitting in a chair she didn't get up from. Her eyes met mine, and for the first time in 20 years, she didn't laugh. She looked afraid. "Naomi," she said softly. I didn't respond, I just stood there, because I needed to hear it from her. Not him, not anyone else. Exactly what they wanted from me. And why now? "You look different," she said. Her voice was softer than I remembered. Careful, like she was choosing every word. I didn't respond. I didn't come back for conversation. "I didn't come here to catch up," I said. "Tell me what you need." Her hands tightened on the armrests. A small movement, but it said everything. She wasn't in control anymore. "Your father-in-law," she started, then paused. "He's in the hospital." I waited. "His condition is serious," she continued, "and there are decisions that have to be made." Decisions. There it was again, the same language, the same tone, just dressed differently. "Why me?" I asked. Because that was the only question that mattered. She looked down for a second, then back at me, because she couldn't avoid it. "Because legally," she said slowly, "you're still his next of kin." That didn't make sense, not at first. "I signed divorce papers," I said. "Yes," she replied. "But they were never filed." Silence. Real silence. The kind that doesn't move. "He never finalized it," she added. I didn't look at my husband. I didn't need to, because suddenly everything shifted. After 20 years. I wasn't just someone they called for help. I was still, on paper, part of their family, and whatever decision was coming next, they couldn't make it without me. I finally looked at him, standing a few steps behind me. Older, quieter, careful in a way he had never been before. "You never filed it?" I asked. He didn't deny it. "I thought you'd come back," he said. Same mistake. 20 years later. Same thinking. I turned back to his mother. "What decision?" I asked. She exhaled slowly. "Your father-in-law needs a high-risk procedure," she said. "There's consent involved, legal authority, and finances," I added. She didn't argue, because she couldn't. Their assets were tied up, businesses failing, properties leveraged. The house that once felt untouchable wasn't anymore. "And you need me to sign," I said. "Yes," she whispered. Not demanded, not assumed, asked, for the first time. I stood there for a moment, not angry, not emotional, just clear. 20 years ago, they left me at a station to see if I could find my way back. Today they called me because they couldn't move forward without me. I stepped closer, close enough that she had to look up. "I will sign," I said. Relief hit her face instantly, but I didn't finish. "On one condition." The room stilled, because now, they were the ones waiting. "You tell him," I said, nodding toward my husband, "what you did that night." No excuses. No jokes, just truth, in front of me, in front of him. Because this time, the decision wasn't about saving someone, it was about facing what they had done and understanding why I never came back.